Welcome to the JustFlight Avro Vulcan B Mark II for Microsoft Flight Simulator, a high-fidelity simulation of this British aviation icon. The Vulcan has been a favourite of the JustFlight development team, and it's our absolute pleasure to share with you our latest efforts. From the high quality modelling and texturing, to the iconic sound set, the high performance flight model, and of course the depth of simulation you've come to expect from us, our Vulcan is issuing a new era of large military aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Starting with the modelling and texturing, the cockpit features plenty of wear and tear, with photorealistic textures depicted in the exact locations where this wear and tear can be found in the real aircraft. The important thing we want to highlight here is that it doesn't feel out of place. Once you are in the aircraft, it makes you feel like you've strapped into a real Vulcan bomber. All that's missing is that distinctive smell. The exterior follows suit, with accurate modelling and texturing throughout the Vulcan's fuselage, tail, and large delta wings. Various equipment can be added to the Vulcan, ranging from electronic countermeasures, air-to-air refueling probe, terrain following radar dome, and various other antennas that were fitted to the Vulcans over their 50-year flying life. 19 high-quality liveries are provided, depicting the Vulcan B Mark II in its various guises and roles. These include iconic modern-day liveries, such as the 3 remaining ground-running Vulcans of XM655, XL426, and XH558. 2 anti-flash white liveries represent the aircraft's nuclear deterrence role in the early 1960s. XM607 with its dark grey underbelly, that was the aircraft used during the Black Book 1 mission during the Falklands War. And we've even included a few special liveries, such as the unique XH562 livery with its zapped Kiwi roundels that were received one night on a trip to New Zealand. Various ground equipment has also been modelled, and has paint schemes that are accurate to each squadron. Some of the ground equipment is used to start the Vulcan's 4 Olympus engines, such as the Houchin Ground Power Unit and the Palouse Air Unit, whilst other ground equipment is only fitted when the aircraft is going to be parked for a period of time, such as chocks and engine covers. Rounding out the modelling section is the vast array of payloads that can be fitted to the enormous bomb bay, as well as on external hardpoints. Such payloads range from the Blue Steel nuclear standoff missile and WE-177 nuclear bomb, to the 1,000 pound unguided bombs and AGM-45 strike anti-radiation missiles that were used during the Falklands War of 1982. Cylinder tanks and saddle tanks can also be fitted in the bomb bay to extend the aircraft's range and also transform it into a capable air-to-air refueling tanker. MRR pods can also be fitted on the underwing hardpoints to represent the maritime radar reconnaissance role of the aircraft. Amongst all the other areas of the Vulcan, the one area of the aircraft that is arguably the most iconic is the sound set. We have paid special attention to the sound set, making sure it lives up to everyone's expectations. Early in 2023, we were lucky enough to be granted access to record sounds of XM655 Maintenance and Preservation Society's aircraft, allowing us to record what we believe is the most comprehensive set of recordings of an Avro Vulcan and the Olympus 301 engines to date. However, as the Olympus 301 engines had a slightly different intake shape compared to the Olympus 201, they didn't tend to howl as many of you will be expecting to hear. This is why we've went to the length of including 2 sound sets with the product. One sound set will feature the more powerful Olympus 301 engines, and the other will feature the Olympus 201 engines and their iconic howl. Here's a small clip highlighting the difference in sound between the 2 engine types. Moving on to the flight model, this is an area that is difficult to convey through the medium of video, but needless to say, we are very happy with what has been achieved in this area. The aircraft flies as closely as possible to the numbers taken from the real aircraft manuals, and we've also used input from real Vulcan aircrews to fine-tune the performance. Despite its large size, the Vulcan remains exceptionally manoeuvrable, with its excess of power in large flying control surfaces allowing it to perform aerobatic manoeuvres. It also handles great in the low level role that the real aircraft transitioned into. We have also been able to capture some of the Vulcan's unique flying characteristics, such as the ability to keep the nose in the air on landing to increase aerodynamic braking. And of course, we wouldn't forget about the brake and parachute. In terms of systems, you can expect to find the same level of functionality and systems depth that you can find in our other products, with fully simulated electrical, fuel, hydraulics, autopilot, air conditioning systems, just to name a few. There are many systems in the Vulcan that are fairly different compared to modern aircraft that we can cover in other videos, but one such system is the engine start system, which provides two methods of engine starting, normal and rapid. The rapid start system reflecting the aircraft's need to scramble at a moment's notice, and it allows all four engines to be started simultaneously. Navigation can be achieved via the traditional methods of VOR, TACAN, ILS and NDBs, and flight directors are provided on the director horizon. As a quality of life addition, we've also included a GPS option which can be toggled on and off via the AFB, and this will link up with the flight plan which is set in the Microsoft Flight Simulator main menu prior to the flight, and this will also allow you to make basic changes to the flight plan such as performing direct twos. One area we do want to touch on is the rear cockpit. The three crew member positions in the rear cockpit are not modelled in this simulation. However, some of the panels in the rear cockpit are required to operate the aircraft, such as the electrical panels in the airborne electrical officer's position and the TACAN and transponder controls in the navigator's position. We have therefore modelled these panels in 3D and textured them to the same standard as the rest of the cockpit, and they can be accessed via a multitude of methods, one of which is via the camera controls on the AFB. The JustFlight AFB is provided, and it includes all of the features you have become accustomed to with our other Microsoft Flight Simulator aircraft, including Navigraph and SimBrief support, a move and map, a notes app, and a top and descent calculator. The aircraft app has been customised extensively for the Vulcan. On the main page, we have options to load and unload payloads, enable external equipment, or load the aircraft in a specific state. 4 additional menus at the top left of the screen house other options and quality of life features. The settings menu allows you to customise the simulation settings such as state saving and toggling on and off the co-pilot. The configuration menu allows you to configure the aircraft's equipment. The fuel menu allows you to fuel the aircraft to a specific level and also includes some options to simulate air-to-air refueling operations. The radio menu shows the active frequencies tuned into each of the Vulcan's radios and allows you to change those frequencies. This menu serving as a little quality of life feature that we want to add to ease the workflow during the busy stages of flight. A comprehensive operations manual is included, featuring over 100 pages of system descriptions, a tutorial flight, and even some airshow display routines that the Vulcan flew throughout its flying life. A separate AFB manual also covers all specific functions of the AFB. The Microsoft Flight Simulator checklist system is also supported. We have loved bringing the Vulcan into Microsoft Flight Simulator, and we hope you love it too. Once released, the Vulcan will be available for purchase from JustFlight.com, followed by third-party retailers, and then the in-game marketplace for both PC and Xbox. In the meantime, stay tuned to our social media channels as we will be bringing you a full video tutorial series walking you through a complete flight in the aircraft. Visit our in development page on JustFlight.com to keep up to date on all of our in development products. There you can also sign up for email alerts so that you can be the first to know whenever a product is released.